champ, just know who you talking with. Wait, hold on. Snap a good picture to see who's on top of it. Man, it's just me, dog. When they can't see y'all, all of your medals get recalled.
In terms of having boundaries with yourself, I feel it's like if you want to go ahead and project that into your relationship with your significant other, relationship with work, with business, business partners. I'd even say like even your friendships and stuff like that. That it goes into all those chambers. So if all of a sudden you know how to take care, or you have that discipline to go ahead and set those boundaries for your diet, for your workouts and stuff like that, it's gonna automatically just echo into everything else. And then I feel like through a guy's perspective, even like with your significant other, which is so important, like look at what's happening right now with men and women.
A lot more women are becoming more independent and less dependent on men.
And they
feel like they don't need a man, and their boundaries are set.
Yeah, they feel. But at the same time, kind of like what you said, I feel like it's like women make it harder for men, and if men already don't have those boundaries, of course they're going to walk all over them. And that's innately what I feel, at least in my experience, is not what women want. And maybe, you can share some insight because you are a girl, but it's like you guys are making it harder for us to lead, which is what we should do, and then which is what you'll like afterwards. You're like, oh, okay, like this individual is sure of himself. He's open-minded. He knows what he needs to do, so I can trust him. It's not just like, oh, I'm a man, so you're gonna follow what I say. You get what I'm saying? There's that work involved. Again, having those boundaries, those standards when it comes to yourself, always trying to acquire, I can go on and on, trying to acquire knowledge, looking to go ahead and get your money up. What are we doing to progress and stuff like that? That way you can trust me to be like, okay, he wants to do this, so we'll just do it. Why? Because he's not gonna do anything that's gonna put me in harm's way, and usually it's in my best interest. What are your thoughts on men that don't have boundaries and don't have standards?
I don't think they know what it feels like to be respected.
Okay.
If they don't have any boundaries set, they're just there accepting what life gives them. They probably have a negative mindset.
Okay.
Because if they don't have boundaries set up with themselves or in any part of their life, it sounds like a person that kind of sits in the background, doesn't stand out, doesn't do much, not much growth happening, just lives their life, work, go home, not very much going on for them, not too much growth.
Okay.
So if they don't have, any kind of boundaries set up, they don't know yet what it feels like to be respected, to achieve things, to take care of yourself, to be in a good place. I don't think that those are the kind of people that should be looking to be in a relationship, because they're going to be so reliant on the other person for their happiness, for anything to come from them. Then if they don't get it, it's going to cause problems.
Yeah.
And who knows how that person can react if they didn't have boundaries before. They could be crazy.
Oh, damn, yeah, I can agree for sure. Hold on, I'm off. But that's a good one. What do you think? You think it'll affect them in the business space too, like not having certain boundaries? I feel like on through a man's perspective, it's like for sure, like heck yeah, like hey, like I need someone with backbone. Like we need to be decisive. We got to do this, got to do that. It's like, can we do it or no? Like, it's like imagine if he didn't have any standards, he didn't have backbone, he didn't have boundaries, or he's like, yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, maybe. It's like
they're not going to be confident in their job, and I think that they might not even have like the mindset to want to grow, because they're going to be intimidated by having to have any growth happening. They're going to stay in the position that they're at, accept whatever they do, and just have a lineup of, oh, well, that job didn't work out, let me find another entry-level job and then do that one, see how far that one goes until I mess up or until,
how attractive is that? Someone with no boundaries versus someone with boundaries. That sets you in your place. It's like, hey, let's say women have an attitude all the time. All right, let's say you do have an attitude, and it's like, hey, well, you know what? That doesn't float around here. in comparison to like being able to walk all over that guy. Because I've seen that a lot, you know, and it's like, I don't think that's healthy. What do you think?
But I don't think it would last very long either.
Okay, why?
Because I think women are attracted to strength, to authority, to someone that they can respect.
Okay.
If they can't respect you and they step all over you, you're not that important.
Okay.
To them?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I would add, and I don't know what your thoughts are on it, I would add, you can't just show up being all like, oh, I'm the man, so we're going to do this and we're going to do that, which I feel like a lot of people go ahead and do. It's at the same time, it's like earned. You get what I'm saying?
You have to have evidence that you know exactly. How to handle it. What can you show me that shows your track record? Like, I would question it. If you were just all of a sudden be like, this is what we're doing. Like, okay, have you done that before? Yeah. Can you show me proof of like, what do you mean?
Ooh, yes. Okay, 100%. And then I feel like there's a certain finesse as well that's needed. I mean, you don't want to start yelling at her and be like, hey, like we're gonna do this because I said so. It's like, hey, like, well, why don't we try this first, and then you can give me your thoughts afterwards. It's like, whoa, okay, like, all right, yeah, cool. I feel like that shows certain leadership, certain strength. At the same time, shows what's the word?
That there's an alternative to just instead of saying no. Yeah. Like there's an alternative.
Yeah, showing open-mindedness. Yeah, and then caring too, because I'm being thoughtful of your feelings. It's like, hey, you know, whatever you say is dumb, but it's whatever. It's cool. Yeah, sure. I'm just kidding. Ooh, that's another trick too. Like when it comes to like eating out, or just that basic question, like, hey, where do you want to go eat? Yet the thing is, though, women do like to act. I'm not saying all women, but the majority like to act like, you know, they are very independent and they do whatever they want to go ahead and do, which is completely fine. You know, act however you want to act, as long as it's not around me. But anyways, that simple question, like, hey, where do you want to go eat? I mean, how many times does that come up?
I've had the best solution for that.
What's the best solution?
Talking about what do you feel like eating, having something crunchy, something spicy, something like soup, or something like
make it fun too.
What about like the type of texture? You want to use your hands? Do you want to? That opens up a lot more options of what you feel like eating.
Nah, hold on though.
Yes.
I just thought about something though too.
What?
She's probably still gonna say no.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, or I don't know. Crazy.
That gave me an idea for an app.
So that's probably a really good idea.
What you're having the taste for, and then giving you options of like, oh, you want crunchy? Okay, here's all the options. I have crunchy options.
And then you got to sign the disclaimer. No matter what, if it's chosen, we're going. Period.
There you go.
Damn. Yo, hey, 50-50, bro. Another one too is something that I've used in my experience, and let me know what your thoughts are. Is, are you against? And be like, hey, are you against going to, let's say, Chick-fil-A? She's more likely to say, no, I'm not against it. So it's like, okay, well, that's where we're going.
Dang.
Crazy. Ooh, another one too. I guess you could say it's like, in a way, taking the lead, but not taking the lead as a dickhead or as a jerk. I've ordered food for women. Mm-hmm. People would tell me like, what? You order for her? And it's like, yeah. But it's not just like, okay, well, you're going to eat this, you're going to eat that, and that's it. It's like, no, you got to finesse it. It's like you start talking, like, hey, what do you feel like eating? Kind of like what you said, spicy, crunchy, you know, what type of texture? Are you thirsty? Did you want something sweet, tangy? It's like, okay, and then you start discussing like the menu options, like, oh, well, there's this, it tastes like this, tastes like that. And she tells you like, oh, well, yeah, that sounds good. I think that's what I'm going to get. It's like, okay, waitress or waiter comes up. It's like, yeah, we'll take 2 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of those. What do you think? Yeah? Damn, crazy, huh?
Instead of still sitting there like, oh, well, I don't.
Yeah.
When it's kind of decided for you, okay.
And all of a sudden now you just did something completely different that she's never ever experienced. And she's like, damn, inside her head, did this dude literally just order for me? Like, damn. And now she has a story that she's going to tell all her friends about.
Damn.
Crazy, huh? Got you, bro.
That's cool. Both of those were really good ones. Yeah. With the, are you against? Because that really had me thinking, like.
Yeah, you're just so focused on that option, like whether or not you're not against it. And you're not really thinking about, well, maybe I want this, maybe I want that.
And that's your way of just being able to decide, this is what I want, so I'm going to ask her against it. So we're going to have that.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure though there are some times where it's like, okay, your first option, or there are inconveniences, like, I don't know, let's say she's allergic to something, and you inside your head, you're like, no, we're gonna go eat, I don't know, at an Italian place, she's allergic to pasta, let's say, which all women like pasta for some reason. You know, she's allergic to pasta, and you have inside your head, no, we're gonna go eat pasta. It's like, no, well, sometimes you gotta ask questions. You're being a salesman if you really think about it at the end of the day. It's like, hey, let's get to know our customer, not to sound like a jerk or anything, but in a way I'm trying to cater to you, right? So I can make you feel as content as possible and make your experience as enjoyable as possible. So let me learn about you. And that's another thing too, like, I feel that would like set the tone too, if I'm just like, hey, I'm not so eager to like, I guess you could say lead, or just state like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and this, and that. It's like, okay, let's get some information first, and then from there, let's analyze, and then let's make that decision. And then I feel like she feels heard, she feels like you're taking the direction, and she can trust you because she knows that you're not just the one to jump the gun. You think about stuff. It's like, okay, cool.
That's super considerate, because I have certain foods I can only eat, and I've always made it a point to look when there's a suggestion of where to go to eat. I'll go look at the menu and see if there's something I can find that's going to be safe for me to eat, but I don't want to be a burden. Just because of what I can eat, so I'll look just to make sure there's something like super plain that I can probably choose. But that's super nice.
Damn.
But the person with the food allergies or whatever, they're also going to be conscious, like, maybe, well, it could be two ways. They can be considerate and be like, I don't want to be a burden, like, let me just make sure. Or they can be like, hell no, we're not going to go here because I can't have that. So there's still different types of people that would react in that situation, but I still think that is really nice to offer that, or to think about that.
Or like maybe you would wait to bring it up until you got there, but he just like beat you to it, and he just learned something about you where it's like, oh, I know more than, or he cared to ask, and that's what you're processing through your mind. That's like, damn, he cared to ask, and now he knows like something that not a lot of people really know about, and it's like, whoa, okay, now you're at a different level, and then now you trust him a lot more than you did before. So it's like, oh, okay, like, damn, the dude's considerate, crazy. I wonder what else I don't know about him, you know? Damn, bro, dropping bombs.
Okay, yeah, you.
Yeah.
You're so good.
Got you.
I'm over here like, huh? What? They do that?